Hi guys, we're going to try experimenting this week with sending a video out with the information we would have gone over in the meeting regarding the things that will be changing in Lusuani Way, and then being prepared to talk about the video or any questions you may have in huddle. I know that it's really hard to get us all together at one time, and I had a few of you request that we make sure we put it on video too. So we're going to give this a try and then we'll see how it goes. So we have had an awesome kickoff here in Lusuani Way. You guys are doing a great job. And more and more and more, I'm hearing parents come up to me and tell me that, their kids are really loving it and they're understanding the stories and they're remembering them and they're going home and they're talking about them. So as I looked at the numbers of the 2-year-old classroom and the 3-year-old classroom and the 5-year-old classroom, it became very apparent that something was going to have to change. We were going to have to break these groups down smaller so that we could more effectively work with them. And we know that preschoolers at this age, toddlers and preschoolers, they crave and they require a high level of predictability, of stability, and we have to create those environments so that they feel safe, so that they can begin to lay that foundation that they will build upon, so that they can learn and understand that there is a God that loves them. And the way that we do it with this age group is to make them feel safe. So this will be how it looks starting the first Sunday in November. On this side of our wing, where right now we have birth through 1-year-olds in their classroom, that's not moving. They're going to stay right there. That age group will now be referred to as owls, and the sign will say owls birth to 1. We are going to keep this age group with the same volunteers from the time they join us until they turn 2, so that they are really building a consistent relationship with the leaders that they have in their rooms. The room that is right now the 2-year-old room will stay empty. Right now we will use it for huddles and for team building. It will be the room where when birth and 1-year-olds outgrow the room that they're in, they will get an additional room. So they won't move, they will add an additional room on. So there will be basically 3 spaces for that age group. Right now, where we have our 3-year-olds and our 4-year-olds, that will become 2-year-olds. So the 2-year-olds will have room A and room B. They will be split by their last names. So for instance, one sign on the door will say A, and then underneath it'll say last names A through M. The second door will have a B on it, and it will say, O through Z. The only thing that will change year to year will be the last name breakdown, because we have to do it in such a way that we have even groups on each side. And so that will just depend on, how many kids fall where in the alphabet. And I will have that exact split up for you at the very last Sunday of October, so you know who's going where. 3-year-olds are going back in the room that they came from. However, there will be a partition making that 2 rooms. So they also will be broken down into 2 groups. And right now we're using a temporary means to divide that room, but we're hoping to have a half wall built even this year. That's the hope and the prayer, so be praying with me that can be accomplished. They will be split into 2 different groups, staying within their room as well. So 2s and 3s will still continue to utilize DVDs and rug time and that sort of thing, but in their groups, in their areas. 4 and 5s will combine. We don't have any 4s during first service, and we have one to, I think the highest we've seen is maybe 3 or 4 during second service. So they will combine together. 4s and 5s will now be one classroom. So it won't be like we have 4s and 5s in one room. They will be one group. So we have 5 leaders in second service in that age group. We have 3 leaders, counting Ashley, in that age group during first service. And each leader will have 4 or 5 kids assigned to them. That is your small few. Now, as new kids add, we'll find a space or a group for them to add into. But right now we're starting off with about 5 per group. And so you guys will come together You will do your worship and your prayer time and your scripture together, utilizing DVDs and live storytelling, same as you did in your classroom when you were separate. But then you will rotate to 6 different stations in the classroom. You will go with your few. So you'll go to the first station, and maybe that's doing the craft. And the second station is maybe a game. And the third station could be snack. The fourth station could be acting it out. So you'll spend 10 minutes acting out the Bible story. At the end of your time together, you will go back to clearly defined areas in your room. Right now, those areas will be defined by brightly colored tape. I'm hoping to get circle rugs in there after the next rummage sale. But you will go back to your clearly defined area where together you guys will pray and you'll do your closing, and then parents will pick up. The other change you will see is that the check-in counter down here at our end is going to be cut down and hopefully moved out. I'm not sure about the electricity issue there. I don't know if we can move it out a little bit. I'm hoping to. And it will be redone with new laminate so it doesn't look all funky like it does right now. But cutting it down will allow room for parents to get behind us into the door of the classroom. Right now for the owl room that's right behind us, and when we do start to use that other classroom, we want parents to be able to get to the room. We want them to be able to talk to their small group leaders, because a hugely important part of your job is when they come to your door, you're connecting with parents too, so that they have a moment to tell you if there was an issue that morning. Maybe, Tyler got up and he spilled his milk everywhere and he's having a hard time, or, Joey had a great morning and he couldn't wait to get here and he was really excited. Whatever the parent needs to tell you, that's a time where you make eye contact and you make them feel welcome, and they need to be able to get to the door to be able to do that. So those are the changes that we're going to see right away. And I know there'll probably be some questions, especially concerning like how we're going to rotate and that type of thing. So at Huddle this week, we are going to talk about any and every concern that you have. Letters are going out to parents this week. They will be emailed. It will be on Facebook, so that everyone knows that the very first Sunday in November is when this change is going to take place. If you have any questions, you don't want to wait until Sunday or anything like that, please email me. You can Facebook me. You can text me, anything like that. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this Sunday, and have a great week.